We're cutting through a mall right now, and this mall is really cool because bicycles are allowed to pedal in here. Check it out. Hi everyone, this is Alvin Mark. You're on my art channel. In this episode, join me as I walk and sketch the Singapore Camino. Created by Adventures Unlimited, this trek is a spin-off from the Camino de Santiago Compostela in Spain, a trek I did in 2012. To celebrate 10 years of this life-changing journey, I decided to walk and sketch the buildings that I passed by on the Singapore Camino. So journey with me on this episode as I spend 2.5 days sketching and walking. So this is the central fire station, one of the more elaborately designed fire stations, and over there next to it, across from Coleman Street, is the Armenian church, and it says down this church 1835. This was the first Christian church that was built in Singapore for the Armenian community. Hey folks, what do you think? Initially it was going to be just a line art piece, but the oranges on the roof were so distinct I decided to add in a splash or wash of color. Thanks for joining me. This is Alvin Mark. We're around the city district of Singapore here, and we're heading for the Anglican Cathedral here in Singapore. Alright, so we are here on street level of City Hall, and this is also where St. Andrew's Cathedral sits. It's an Anglican cathedral and it's the largest cathedral here in Singapore. I know we haven't talked about this yet, but in case you're wondering, I'm using a Paul Rubens 20 sheet 300 GSM 192mm by 134mm format. And I ordered this from Lazada. I'm trying out different sketchbooks, and I think it's a very nice size to work on, very compact when I'm traveling. These are perforated so I can tear them easily. They are a bit medium coarse grain, so you see a little bit of texture in there, which gets a little bit more fun when you're doing watercolors. There's a little pocket space in here, accordion pocket space, and I love it. There's a little elastic band that looks like it's gonna stay and hold really well. So once again, Paul Rubens. I found some seats right by the Capital. The seats will allow me to comfortably sit down and sketch this cathedral. The cathedral is closed to the public today because it's a public holiday, so I'm out here across at Capital, Singapore, where I'm making the sketch on these very comfortable benches laid out in the square. And that was St. Andrew's Cathedral for you. We're heading just a little eastward, maybe about 3 minutes walk, and this is over here, CHIJMES. Let's pop in here and cut right through the building. So this building was extensively restored. It was both a school, an orphanage, and also a church. When the government had to take back this land, the Sisters of the Confirmed Holy Infant Jesus had to move out to a new location in Ang Mo Kio, but they've done up this place where there are lots of eateries now, and the church is also used for events like wedding banquets. This is the back of the church. If you've seen Crazy Rich Asians, the wedding scene was held in here. I think there's a wedding happening today. Yeah, but I'm not gonna go in all dressed like that, right? Let's slip in there real quick now to see. How about that? So the church was built as an extension of this orphanage and school that the sisters built. This is Caldwell House, and this is where the original orphanage and school was. Alright, so I'm sandwiched between CHIJMES, or CHIJMES, that's Convent of the Holy Infant Jesus Middle Education School, and the Cathedral, the Good Shepherd Catholic Cathedral. Just following the list, I'm gonna sketch that one first across from here because it has a better vantage point. And then we'll find another nice little angle to sketch this one later on. In the meantime, we'll wait for this bus to exit the scene so that I get a proper view of CHIJMES. Alright, what do you think? We're nearing the halfway mark. We're also nearing the 2 o'clock mark, past my lunch time. So I'm gonna find something to eat just around the area. So the next location to sketch is here at St. Peter's and Paul Church. But I think I'm gonna come back here to sketch. I'm gonna find some grub first. So join me. Let's see if this food court is open. Yeah, we'll just order something from here. Yeah, 谢谢. And that, folks, was the Church of St. Peter's and St. Paul's. Now it's time for some refreshing fruit juice. 大哥，西瓜汁，一杯，谢谢。中的小的。中的。Oh wow, yum 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 yum. Brain freeze. Woo. Very refreshing though. And we are here at St. Joseph's Church, Queen Street. Wow, they just redid this. They just pulled down the hoarding not so long ago. So this is brand new to my eyes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sketch it from this angle. Right here. Looks good, right? that was the newest revamped church here in Singapore. At this point of making this episode, we're crossing the Bugis area, heading towards Our Lady of Lourdes at Ophir Road. Thanks for joining me. Alright, we're here at the Church of Our Lady of Lourdes. Okay, so there's renovation works happening here. There's this hoarding. Hi, Father. So on the building it says 1888, and that's when this church was built. I'm gonna just sit out here because it's giving me a really beautiful vantage point to sketch this. And that was an ink sketch for Our Lady of Lourdes Church. Bumped into the parish priest there, and I think he wants me to make another wall mural. Anyhow, we are into the Jalan Besar area on the edge of Little India, and we're gonna find the Kampong Kapor Methodist Church to sketch. And if I can find a snack somewhere here, I'm gonna get something to munch. Maybe a drink too. It's getting really warm here. So I wonder why the Church of True Light is not part of this list here in Little India. Okay, I'm at this busy intersection of Kampong Kapor, Calf Road, Upper Well, and in front of me is the Kampong Kapor Methodist Church. The roof is really red as opposed to the other ones I've seen so far, a bit more to the orangey side. So this is gonna be neat painting this. Yeah. This street here, by the way, was where I was caught flying my drone. So it brings back really bad memories. But I'm gonna rewrite it with this one now. Okay, we're leaving Little India. That was really tricky. That last one of the Kampong Kapor Methodist Church. There were lots of vehicles, delivery vehicles that were parked in front of my line of sight. So I had to stand out on the street. Heading over to Princep Street. There's a Presbyterian church there, made of bricks. We're gonna cross Rocha Road and then we're there at Princep Street. Alright, so this is Rocha Road and it's just across the street. We're getting beautiful sunlight now. Thanks for tuning in. You're with Alvin Mark and you're on my art channel. And I'm covering the Singapore Camino. Alright, here we are at Princep Street, and that's the bricked Presbyterian church. Alright, so let's find a good angle for this one. Probably gonna do it over here. Alright, so I'm inching closer every end of the day towards the end of finishing this project. Probably about 6 more locations. I'm gonna stop by here before the next stop at Orchard Road to get some soybean milk. Let's head over to the Presbyterian Church at Orchard and see if it's still bright enough for a sketch. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wrap things up this evening and I'll continue on another session. Hey everyone, once again, this is my thing. I'm not rushing through the whole entire process. I am different from everyone else that's doing this because I am sketching every single building. So that's a great thing about the Camino, is that it taught me how to listen to my own body and not let the noise outside or around me distract me from what I'm supposed to accomplish. Okay, I'm still deciding. Pretty red. Then again, the area surrounding me where I'm sketching is really dark. Alright, so I'm gonna come back here again for another session. Guys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in and joining me in this marathon. Well, until we continue from here again, guys and gals, this is Alvin Mark. You're on my art channel. Thank you for tuning in. Hope everyone's doing well. Until the next episode, ciao ciao. There is quite a bit to cover, and the question is, will Alvin be distracted? Everyone, cheers! I've got green tea on biscuits or biscuit wafers.
Why got no me one? Walao.
Maybe you were somewhere there lah.
I know me.
Maybe this one.
Oh,
That's not you. That's not you. I think this one.